I brought my mum to the Enemy Awards, which
That's
is
awesome.
basically the naughtiest award show in London, in the UK industry. You know, I mean, it's quite naughty. 'Cause it's like where every like alt band drinks whiskey and lager and like swears and fights and slags each other off, basically. And I'm there and I brought my mum to the Naughty Award show.
Whoa.
I don't want to cough through the story because it's sick. So I brought my mum to the award show and I'm like trying to like, I just keep looking, I just keep seeing Robert Smith's big hair, you know what I mean? I'm like, whoa, that's crazy, wow. I'm just like bobbing my head back, you know what I mean? Just to try and kind of catch his eye, just to be like, oh, like, hello, that'll do. That's fine for me. I'm going, where's my fucking mum? Where the fuck's my mum gone? Turn around, she's sat talking to Robert Smith. And I'm like, no! Because I'm like, in my head, she's like, he's loved you his whole life. And like, I'm just thinking he's been like, oh God, who is this crazy woman who's like talking to me? And he's like, he loved you, like, put makeup on because of you. And I'm like, oh, thank you so much, Robert. And I'm thinking, what the fuck is she saying? So I kind of walk over to be like, you know what I mean, babysit my mother at the Enemy Awards. I'm like, come on, Mum, come back over here. And they're just chatting. I don't know what they were talking about. They might have been flirting, to be honest. You know what I mean? Kind of sick. You know, I'm like down, and then like I kind of go over and like get into conversation with Robert Smith, and he's like, "Oh, you're from Doncaster," and blah blah blah. And that was the first kind of time I met him. And I remember Tissues. We were in the studio, and it was really late, and I was kind of about to call the session. You know what I mean? You've been there for 5 hours. Couple of ideas have come, but nothing's really like taken, because most of my songs aren't written over days. They're written in a day.
Yeah,
in a couple hours. It's like, if this idea is coming, it's worth pursuing. And the session was just not going well, so I was like, oh, okay. But then I just was like, for some reason, we just started putting tunes on and just like sitting there, like drinking like Bud Light and eating like chips or something. I can't remember what exactly. And it was like, I remember came on,
Makes you feel good.
Yeah, and I'm just like, whoa, this is cool. And Matty's in the session, Israeli Matty. He's like, you need to shake your ass like this. And I'm like, because I'm just like, bam, bam, like doing the thing around the studio. It's like, whoa, sexy blood. And I'm like, oh God, he's like a meme, you know what I mean? He's just like, I wish I could just like take videos of him and just put him up, because he's like, I just want to show you a picture of him soon. Can we find a picture of Matty somewhere?
Sexy blood.
This older Israeli guy, and he's just like, to anyone else in the world, it'd be like, oh, you're so weird. But to me, I love it. And he's like, you gotta shake your ass like that, crazy. I'm like, okay, whoa, let's do this. Let's sample it. And then every producer's a little bit older, and every time you say sample, they just go, because every older producer's like, we're going to lose all the publishing. And I don't give a shit. I was like, yeah, fuck publishing. Woohoo! And they're just like, fuck. So I'm like, buy it off iTunes. We buy it off iTunes. I'm like, snip. Buy it off iTunes, put it into the session, and chop the drum beat. And everyone's like, fuck. That we're going to have to give away 100% to The Cure if we even get to use it. And I don't care. I'm just like, let's just do it.
It sounds good.
It's fucking amazing. It's like, what an honor. And then it was like, and I'm like, put me in the booth and leave it, no bass. Like, just like play, like I get me mate Chris to like, like play like D, different chords, kind of whatever. I'm like, vibe out to it. And my friend Jake Torrey, and he starts going on the guitar, bing, 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 and kind of does a variation of what the melody ended up to be. And I'm like, that sounds like the Strokes. Whoa, cool. So I get in the booth and I just go like, and I'm like trying to be Mick Jagger or something, you know what I mean? Going for a million personalities. I'm like, I feel left out. And everyone's like, whoa, keep going. And I'm like a child every time you're close. And it starts to come out, and then he goes like, what about if we had a hook? And it kind of starts to become like a, I don't know, like a adults are talking Strokes kind of thing, like din din. Is that whatever Strokes song that is? It's kind of becomes, you know, when like the Strokes would do the melody on the guitar line and then go in to do, and Julian would sing a verse and then they'd go back to the melody. But then I just went, what about if we sing this? Da, 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 da. And I'm like, Can't keep holding my breath, God forbid you leave me like all the rest did. I'm in love again, and tomorrow I'll be sad. And then it's just like, it's off. Like we're off to the races, because I was like, the happiness of da 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 da. It feels like The Breakfast Club or something. It's like starring Jennifer Aniston and fucking Brad Pitt and fucking whoever.
But was all that just laying dormant in you, and that sample brought it out?
Yeah, it's mental. It's like, the thing about a session is, it's like, wah! You know what I mean? It's like dead and then very much alive.
Like